Hey everyone, my name's Jenny Brown. I'm excited to share with you some final content that we created throughout the semester. A bit of background to my project and why I chose this project. Obviously, this was a class assignment and I wanted to do something that helps somebody out as well as increase my skills. So I have a friend who started a long arm quilting company about a year ago, and to this day they still don't have a lot of content, and so I thought this would be a really good way to work on some content and give them some ideas that they could use for their company and help promote their company as well as do my assignment. Next is my content strategy. So my theme is anything to do with quilting and long arm machines. And content types that I really wanted to focus on that I feel like would be the most beneficial for this theme is videos, infographics, and newsletters. Within these formats, we will be focusing on engaging content with tutorials and the stories that go beyond making the quilts, but also the people who make the quilts and sells. Now we're going on to the strategy objective. So the overall objective for this strategy is that the quilting world is a social world, sending out monthly to weekly emails that contain newsletters, quilting of the month, highlight stories, maybe some like infographics of the latest quilting tips or other relevant content that may keep their customers intrigued. I also felt like keeping them a part of this social quilting club and up to date on new techniques is a really great way for the company to engage and entertain and educate their customers. The company's goal is to engage with customers to create social and creative outlets for their personas. They will reach more people through various social media platforms, reach more of the market by engaging their social world. And I wanted to encourage the company to try to post once or more every day and engage with their customers. And so that was kind of my overall idea going into this project. So now that we have our target audience, I could go really in depth with this, but I'm going to just keep it as a brief overview. It's mostly focused on kind of two sets of females. We have mothers and then we have grandmothers. Anywhere from the age of like 35 to as old as they can be and still be quilting. Both of these women have very caring nature, a desire to see their quilt completed in a beautiful and a completion. People that have been quilting for a long time know that sending their quilts to be long arm quilted will increase the life of their quilt. And so we're reaching out for these more experienced quilters who aren't just doing it for a hobby, but are doing it for something that they can give to people. So they have very caring natures. They do multiple quilts. They have large families. These grandmas within these personas tend to quilt for their grandkids. Every grandchild got a quilt. And so that's a kind of a brief overview of what the audience is going to look like. We're going to go into our content. So content number one is our newsletter. The purpose of this newsletter is to provide subscribers with monthly discounts and inspirational quilting stories. The stage in the customer journey is meant for those who are in the consideration and decision stage of the buyer's journey. It builds a stronger relationship between the followers. It also gives back to the community of followers by documenting their stories. It's a great way to stay connected with the company's audience. The programs and the softwares such as MailChimp and Canva are used to produce and send out the newsletters, and it's really helpful to use both of them and not just one. The newsletter will be sent to customers who have subscribed to the newsletter list. And then measuring the performance of these newsletters, I feel like the three most important ones in this case would be like open rate, click-through rate, as well as the conversion rate. I feel like all of that really applies. So now we're going on to content number two, which is the infographics. The purpose behind these infographics is to provide viewers with a quick tutorial that will give them the knowledge on how to create simple and yet beautiful quilts. They're meant for advanced quilters who have done quilting before because they're not super detailed, they're kind of brief. So it's for intermediate to advanced quilters. It is meant for those in the decision making of the buyer's journey. They are returning customers and are involved in the patchwork quilting community. The infographic will be part of a series called Tutorial Tuesday. These tutorials are meant to be simple and will be easy to read for intermediate to advanced quilters. Programs and software such as Photoshop, Piktochart, and Canva are all used to produce and send out these infographics, as well as using social media. This is mostly geared towards Pinterest, and then it will be linking to blogs through Pinterest, but it will also be shared on other social media platforms. Social sharing is a great way for measuring the performance, as well as reposting comments and engagements with the blog post that the infographic is linked to. Those are all ways that we will be measuring the performance. Then we're going on to content number 3, which is my YouTube video. In this YouTube video, the purpose is to provide viewers with a quick tutorial that will give them the knowledge on how to create a simple yet beautiful quilt block. Again, this is for those in the consideration and decision stage of the buyer's journey, and also meant for intermediate to advanced quilters. The purpose of this video is to create engagement and education to Patchwork Quilters YouTube subscribers. It builds a stronger relationship between the followers and the Patchwork community. Adobe Premiere is the software that's used to create this, as well as any camera equipment that's needed. The video will be posted on YouTube channels for the subscribers, but it will also be linked to social media platforms to share and promote the video itself. For YouTube videos, I plan to use the YouTube analytics to see how the viewers behave or interact with the videos, as well as engagement and referral to social media, sharing, anything like that that the video may have. YouTube has a really good analytics already set up, and I feel like that would be all that we need at this point. So without further ado, I'm going to play the video. That's the video. Now I want to talk about my favorite piece of content and why it's my favorite. I would have to say the infographic was my favorite to do. I love the creativity behind the creation of an infographic, as well as a lot of the research that goes on in the preparation of creating an infographic. And I love that I can combine my love for research and my love of creativity and create something. One thing I would do differently would probably be mock-ups. I wish during the creation of everything I would have done mock-ups or sketches. I had an idea in my head, but when I started finding myself changing it around a lot. If I had done more mock-ups or sketches beforehand, I may have had more of a direction in the design. One most valuable takeaway, I feel like, is how different pieces of content have something valuable to offer. I learned that it is really important to do more than one type of content. I feel like that was my main takeaway from this class and this course. Well, it's been a pleasure, everyone. I hope you guys have a fantastic finals week, and good luck.